Hi to my divine feminines. I think just needed to do a quick energy read. I know I haven't been on for a while. I have been dealing with overload right now, which is why I know a lot of you are in the thick of it, in the thick of figuring out your purpose here and what we're all doing here, and just, so I am very out of my element right now. This is not normally where I read from. I have my cards with me because I still am doing personal readings right now, but I'm in another state. I'm back home in Brooklyn taking care of family stuff, and so I haven't been able to do personal reads or things like that, but the collective energy has been special. So I felt like I needed to pull some stuff, because I know a lot of you in your personal reads keep telling me that you're just, the energy is thick and heavy, and everybody feels it right now. Everybody. I don't care if people are putting on a happy face, pretending like they're, everything's good, and it's no, everybody's feeling some kind of shit right now. The first energy we start with is the Knight of Wands. That's something passionate and exciting. I feel like feminines, you're in a really good energy. You are, I know I just said the energy is thick, but I feel like there's a little bit of hope somewhere in something. You're trying to find whatever it is right now that is working well, because, we could be in the middle of it, but it doesn't mean everything is shit. Find whatever it is, whether it's work, your relationship, whatever it is that is good right now, and that's where the energy and the focus has to go. A lot of you right now, it has to do with work. Work seems to be pretty stable. It looks like it's other things that are not. But the work stuff is okay right now. This is, you've put a lot of work into your career, and it's starting to pay off. So wherever that's been going, that's good. I have a feeling a lot of the energy is thick right now with other things. I feel like there is, it's a time of, like I said, everybody reflecting, figuring things out, finding out your purpose here, and what's meant for you and what isn't, and what's got to go, or you're dealing like I was just saying in my instance, a couple months ago, life was chill, and now there aren't even words. It's just kind of, it's the constant nightmare and the sleepless nights and the just overload. It's too much. And it's a lot of this too. It's a lot of just wanting to run and, say things that, I feel like my throat chakra is just open right now. Like, I don't give a shit who needs to hear what, because everybody's in that kind of energy right now. Everybody wants to run their mouths, and I just feel like, okay, if you say something stupid, I'm going to have to say something stupid back. And I feel this came out first, actually, before any of these, and I feel like it's maybe tied to this side of being able to celebrate what you have accomplished. So again, keep that energy with what's been good, because some of the rest of it right now is really, oof. Let's clarify a little bit about what is this Nine of Swords, this overload, because that's where everybody is. Five of Cups. It's disappointment in something. It's looking at what's lost, and when you deconstruct the Five of Cups, it's made up of the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups, because they're separated. You could even see in the picture. The Three of Cups can be read a couple of different ways, and one of the ways is that there's, in a love entanglement, there's a third party or something that didn't go well, but you're forgetting that to look behind you, because there's a whole Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups in the tarot is souls uniting that belong together. So those of you who are having a hard time love-wise, it's because there's something that's been disappointing you. Okay. a whole bunch flipped. But as I'm deconstructing it, look at what flips. The Two of Cups, which I was just talking about. And that's about, again, union of lovers and soulmates and energy that belongs together. And so those of you who are in that bad space, it's because you've had disappointment from someone. Let's see. Okay, no. Oh, okay, well, something big is going to happen with whatever's not working. The tower moment that needs to happen is coming. And we all know in the deck, the tower moment, well, a lot of people look at it as a bad thing. What the tower is something that was meant to happen regardless of whether you're ready for it or not. And that's not always necessarily a bad thing. It's just going to shake things up real big. And whether you're prepared or not, you're going to have to deal with it and face it. And, you know, a lot of times it's, you know, once something comes down and collapses, it's because now you have space to rebuild something new. So it's never necessarily a bad thing when something falls apart. It means something else has to be built in its place that was stronger than the first run. And that's where temperance comes in too. It's a matter of learning how to balance a lot of different parts of you, of your situation. I think that tower moment is going to make you realize what is important and what isn't. Temperance a lot of times also has to do with knowing when to ask for help, like when to give, when to receive. You know, the cups pour into each other. You can't always pour out of your own cup, and you can't always accept someone pouring into your cup. There's got to be reciprocity. I mean, that's the only way a relationship works. So you might be learning that the give and take was not where you needed it to be, and that's why it's the Nine of Wands is where you start to set up boundaries. You start to realize all of the hard work you put in, but you have to clear the Nine of Wands energy before it turns into the Ten of Wands, because the Ten of Wands is heavy burdens, and you don't want to keep in that kind of energy. So you need to clear. Maybe it's time, this is telling you in that relationship of where tempering needs to happen, you also need to set up boundaries, because somebody is not respecting you, your wishes, you know, what's going on. Clarify for me. Why are the divine feminines in this energy? We're going to pull on divine masculine side too, but right now I feel like it's not even about that. Like, I think anybody who's going to define themselves as a divine masculine or feminine is at a point right now, the collective consciousness has elevated so high that it's not even about connecting with another soul. If you think you're part of any kind of a, you know, a twin flame dynamic, a soulmate connection, a deep soul connection, whatever you want to call it, whatever you think you might be in, it's, if you don't understand that you're fully whole without anyone else, you are never going to attract that energy anyway. So whether you're meant to be with anyone like that in this lifetime, you have to come to terms with both of those energies within yourself and realize that you are a special cut of something here. And there went a siren in the background, if you could hear it. So you know you're doing a reading in Brooklyn. It's time for you to realize that in order to raise the entire collective, you have to raise individually, because we're all connected like that. So whether or not you even end up with someone like that in this lifetime, or you are such an incredible soul that has to find their purpose here. This summer has been a lot of that for me personally, and it's kind of wild when you come to terms with the fact that you are just a whole being that's so connected to things that it doesn't matter where, like how many plans you make. Literally, if you had asked me, if you knew me, if you know me personally, you know a few months ago I was not planning on spending my summer in Brooklyn and doing what I'm doing and stuff. So this is just, this whole time is revelations for everyone. Yeah, see, there you go. And in came that card of calm, solitude, going within, taking the time to rest and recuperate, because Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak energy. So I think a lot of the feminines right now are in some heartbroken over something that's going on in their lives, whether it's a love situation, a family situation, a situation of grieving, of having lost someone, losing someone, whatever it might be. You're in that kind of energy right now. I feel like changes are going to come soon, though. This is the Chariot, which is also a Cancer card, and we're coming out of that Cancer season into Leo season, which has shifted the energy tremendously. So while it's been super thick and heavy, and I think we are moving into a much better place. You've got Queen of Swords, and you've got it here with the Sun, which means as soon as you confront and deal with everything that needs to be dealt with and realize how strong you are, like once you put yourself into that Queen of Swords energy, because don't forget, in order to be the Empress, which embodies all four of the queens in the deck, you have to go through each stage of the queen. And this queen is there to remind you to have your voice, to say what needs to be said, to not accept anything less, to deal with matters that have to be dealt with, tell whoever needs to be told what they need to be told, it's just that type of energy. Like I was saying before, it's time to, let that throat chakra open, and, that's how you move into the Sun. The Sun is a super happy card in the deck. The Sun means that everything is illuminated, everything is good, everything is growing, flourishing, everything has come to light. There's no malice, there's no secrets in anywhere. There's, the Sun is happy. It could be childlike happiness, it could be playful energy, it could be a newfound playfulness in a relationship, it could be a vacation even. Like it's a happy card. Wherever your happiness is, it's happiness. Now I want to pull a little bit on the masculine side. I feel like the masculine is in a little bit of a different energy maybe. King of Wands is almost sometimes can be a little bit party boyish, but it can also be... Kings have usually graduated to a more mature level. So maybe the masculines are coming out of party boy energy, and they are ready to go into things that are a little bit more settled and serious. So if some of you have been waiting for something with love, or maybe that's what this change of season is bringing, maybe that's where some of that heavy energy is coming from too. If you can feel your relationship with your masculine, you're going to feel the energy regardless of whether you're together, not together. If you are even worried about a counterpart, or if it's within you, your own King of Wands is telling you that you're stepping into a different energy. And you have King of Cups, and you have Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is time to walk away, and sometimes it's regardless of who gets hurt in the situation. So it could sometimes mean that somebody gets betrayed, somebody, maybe if this is the energy they're coming out of, maybe they've been betrayed, and it's with the King of Cups, and King of Cups is somebody who's in love. So maybe they're feeling betrayal in love, and that's what's creating the shift. Like before, when it was that Five of Cups energy, especially in a love situation, if somebody you have a connection with is in a different relationship, this is saying that whatever third party they were involved in is not going well. And they're learning that energy is not where they want to be. So what happens? What happens is justice comes, and justice is a major arcana card, which says it's written in the stars of what is no longer supposed to be, can't be, and what's supposed to be has to be. You get justice, you get the equilibrium and the balance. It's the only way that it makes sense. And it's pages, so they're coming in with coming out of that energy and with like new energy. Page of Swords is watching and learning and paying, attention. So some of you, if you feel like somebody's been watching, they might be. So just, if you don't want that to happen, try to shut things down. If you're similar friends or whatever, don't, engage with those people right now. If you're online, shut it down and go private. If you're, anything like that, just close out that energy if you are not, if you don't want to receive energy like that from them. Because then there's also Page of Wands, which is a, passionate energy. And so some of your masculines could be coming in either energy, trying to come in through low vibe, spying and shit like that, or come in with, while it's pages, which is not always what you want to see. You'd rather somebody come in like a king. It might be just because they're feeling stupid coming out of that other energy where, they may have gone toward that and now they feel that, they should have either went toward you or they should have left this other situation before, or whatever it is. They're coming in, kind of with like a little bit more of a, I don't even know the right word, not like your tail between your legs, because it's not really like, they're not like groveling or something, but they're coming in almost like a little bit embarrassed that what they thought was better, they might have told you that, you weren't the one, or you weren't whatever, they might have hurt you, and then boom, they're trying to come back. So, you might be a little like, oh, okay, but you get to decide. And that's why the Seven of Cups is here, because there are a lot of choices on the masculine side. And the two main ones is they can either stay where they are and stay in that heartbreak energy and just deal with it, because sometimes a lot of people do that. They stay in relationships for kids, for a job, for, not to, I don't know, a lot of reasons. I mean, there are billions of us on the planet. We all stay in relationships or end relationships or for a million reasons. But something tells me that your masculine is in a little bit of a heartbreak energy because he wants the Ten of Cups, which would be you. And the Ten of Cups is wish fulfillment. But he's choosing to stay in the heartbreak instead. Because right now, while I feel like a lot of the feminines are having big spiritual awakenings, the masculines are kind of being forced into it, but they fight it in a different way. The feminines are more in different headspaces where they're creative and dreamy and, all that good stuff. But the males balance us with the more logical energy, and the logical thing for them is to stay and finish out what was started, and it's harder for them to come to terms with their purpose here and things like that. So that's why it's important for you right now to stay in your energy. What comes from my feminines? If they stay, because while you have to learn how to balance the masculine energy in you, you also have to very much learn to embrace the feminine energy in you. Five of Swords, yeah, see? What comes? It's so crazy. We have Five of Swords with the Eight of Swords, and that was that energy that I was talking about. It's don't make it a mental imprisonment that there's always going to be this conflict. That it's just the time right now, because you're so conflicted with how all of the revelations that you're coming to, and you're just in this place of growth and stuff right now, that it's almost like sometimes you can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel because it's so heavy right now. But I promise you, after all of the heartbreak, there comes that, healing period. And then the Emperor, which before I was talking about, feeling good in a higher energy level, like how the Empress embodies all the queens, the Emperor is going to embody all of the kings. So the Emperor would be the divine masculine if he comes in properly and would come in swiftly and quickly. And like I said, the Chariot, this is during this Cancer season that was so heavy, will make a lot of your masculines come in now in this season, in this Leo season, is going to put people in a different perspective. Leos are fiery and fast forward motion, and that's Chariot came out twice. Chariot is a fast moving energy, and it's going toward, you're in a chariot, you're running toward what you want, and knowing that that's the final destination, you know. And like I said, it's okay though, whether somebody comes in or not, you are, yeah, you're good, feminines. You are 10 of Pentacles. That is, you worked so hard to get to where you are in every way, where you have ultimate wealth. So you can take that however you want. You can take that as a very basic, like you've put in so much work and financially you're stable. You can take it as spiritual wealth, where you've put in the work and you are so good in your own soul that you know you're capable, you're strong, you're good. You are here with such a bigger purpose that, again, in this lifetime, it's so important for you to do things that raise the collective, that it is less important to focus on another half, because another half will always will come in divine timing, always, when your vibe and your frequency is up in the same place where it needs to be. Yep, definitely doing a reading in Brooklyn. I don't know if you can hear the background music, but yep, see, it's that Four of Swords again. That's what we opened with, I think, is that feeling of needing to heal, needing to just chill and take a breather and think about things, because you have come out of that Three of Swords. And I think that's on both sides. I think it's just the collective energy right now, because it's trying to get its shit together, is so hard on everybody that it's just, everybody's almost kind of in a little bit of that energy right now, except for maybe that, like I said in the beginning, that one thing that's really going good that you're focusing on. But the problem is, you can't pretend that it's only work that's great, or it's only your relationship that's great, or it's only your friendships that are great, or, you know, and the whole rest of your life is fucking falling apart. You know, we got to have some balance here. And your biggest wish, your wish fulfillment, is coming. And that's because you know that it's time to go in, to remember all of the work you've put in and why you deserve everything that's coming for you now. And don't worry about how the universe is going to set it up. It's going to set it up for you exactly as it's supposed to. Like, if you might not even imagine that a job offer is going to come to you. I don't know. I actually got a random job offer this week, and it was out of left field, not even in my field, not anything that I was thinking about, you know. And I don't know. I'm really the kind of person who just, you know, I take a lot of paths. I mean, I'll jump into anything and do random things, and I've had a million random jobs, and I just like to have fun with it. Like, I always have my, like, career that, you know, that pays my bills, but then I like to do fun shit on the side. And I've done everything from selling sex toys to tutoring kids to, I mean, and everything in between, you know. It's just, I've done a million random things. So, you know, you never know. If the universe wants to set up a random job, or that might lead to something big, go for it. You know, you got good things coming. The energy is going to shift now in this new season. So I know it's been heavy, but I promise you the universe is going to do you some solids for a change, because it can't just always fucking spiral. And, you know, we have to, like I said, focus on what's good. Although you can't only put your attention on, like, you know, the little bit that's good. You gotta start to spread it out a little bit, you know, because the only way to be fully solid is to have most areas of your life in tune and in check. Yeah, see, it's time to get out of that mental imprisonment, because if you don't stop locking yourself up in your own head, and that Eight of Swords goes to the Nine of Swords, which is that repetitive nightmare kind of energy that nobody wants to be in. The sleepless nights, the difficulties, it's too much, it's exhausting, it's draining. You know, everybody wants the Nine of Cups, you know, you're almost at the Ten of Cups. You want all your cups filled, you want excitement, you can sit back and reap the benefits of everything you've done. And we want that energy. We want the Nine of Cups. We want wish fulfillment and honking in the back of readings. So the universe has better things in store for you soon. But again, I think some of it is really figuring out that you have your own healing and stuff to do. You've got to go through some dark, shadowy nights right now. King of Swords. This is the time where the universe is going to deliver it to you. Whether you are ready for it, not ready for it, but it's all right. It's good. The Six of Cups is actually what I consider to be the twin flame card of the deck, which means you are, and it's again not even about another person, you are going to come into union with your whole self, figure out why you're here, and understand how important you are to putting out the energy that you need to put out into the collective. I am here to move energy in a lot of different facets. One of them being doing readings, coming to figure out I am meant to help people along into the afterlife too sometimes. It is what it is. I get called to do certain things, and again, the universe will just set it up. I should not be reading to you from this room right now, and everything just changed. I batted an eyelash in my whole life. The whole rug was pulled out from under me for a little bit. So this is a card of nostalgia and thinking about the past and when you were the most happy and the most content, and knowing that you are in a really happy place where your soul belongs. That's one of my happiest cards. And you seem to be getting a lot of the Kings now, which means maybe it's both sides of you, and if you have a counterpart, it's your divine masculine too, coming into that energy of learning to love yourself. The King of Cups is so in love. And whether it's someone else in love with you, whether you're in love with that's totally irrelevant. At this point, you have to be in love with yourself. And not in an obnoxious way. It's not about ego. If you know me, I don't give a shit about anything materialistic. None of that serves me any purpose whatsoever. I am all about the soul, the spirit, the how we communicate with each other energetically, and I am in love with my abilities to do that, to connect to other people that are supposed to be in my circle, So everybody has to find what lights their soul up, Yeah, and a lot of people right now, unfortunately, are in this energy of the Hanged Man, where it's that heavy energy where you feel stagnant and stuck. You don't know where you're going. It's because you keep looking at the past, and then you keep having anxiety about the future. Fall in love with yourself, and when you do that, you're going to trust that your higher self chose to be here and to go through these life lessons and all of that for a reason. It's because you are divine and you are meant to do big things here. There's no point in having anxiety about the future, because you have to trust that you've already chosen your path. Yes, we have free will and all that. I'm not even going to get into, a lengthy discussion about that, but we are here with a purpose and with free will, but we chose this. You chose to deal with these life lessons. All of it, honestly, if you're in a heartbreak energy right now, if you're in a tough space, if you're in a happy place, you chose every one of those lessons. You did. But it's time to now look in and see why. Why did you choose those lessons? What are you supposed to learn from them? What do you have to gain from them? Where do you go from here with it? So when you finally realize that your soul needs to be content with where you are and what you've done and who you are and where you're headed, that's the only way you figure out your purpose and you figure out how to connect with yourself. And that's what there's that chariot again, and the sirens in the back. That's why you really need to hear this, because it's going to change real quickly. The chariot comes in fast with communication of some kind. So you are going to find out something soon, whether it's about yourself, about this other person, about a job, about a move you have planned, about a vacation, about whatever is going on in your life. We got 1,000 scenarios. The moon, secrets, illusions, things are going to come to light. You know, that's the card of anything done in the dark has to come to light. So there's going to be things that come to light for you. What is it exactly? Actually, this is a new deck. It's a Golden Girls deck. How cute is it? It's illusions that you had about the King of Cups. The King of Cups is in love with you. So whether you dissolve illusions about yourself, about who you are, why you're here, what you're doing here, where you want to go, where you want to move, who you want to be with, whatever the illusions are, they're going to get dissolved. Whether it's illusions about other people that are coming into your life, maybe they, you know, there was false pretenses before, and things are going to get, you know, revealed to you now, and you're going to find things out. Whatever it is, you're going to move into a much more stable and positive energy, because to end with the King of Cups, who came out several times already and is the card of pure love, as long as you're coming from a place of pure love, loving yourself, you will get all of the things that you want. You have that sun was, you know, in the other deck. Like, you get the happy ending. You just have to remember that your purpose here is bigger than your purpose to the collective is bigger than you as a single person. So here we are with that energy from before underneath it all, the Nine of Swords. You've been feeling it's so heavy and so thick right now. You know, that's at the bottom of it all. But, you know, at the top, we have the Two of Wands, which is going to lead you in a new direction. You are going to have better choices, better things coming for you, and you're going to have to reevaluate a lot of stuff and a lot of who you are. And again, like I said, what your purpose is here. When you find that, when you figure that out, when you keep heading toward that, the energy is going to shift come August. I will try to get to individual readings, individual signs and stuff, but I got a lot happening right now, so I don't know if energetically I can, you know, handle it right now. We'll see. But I hope this helped you. I know a lot of people, like I said, are in the thick of it, and the personal readings I've been doing right now, a lot of you are going through a lot of stuff, and you're, you know, got a lot of crazy questions for me and a lot of crazy situations, and I am here for you. I got you. I get it. I am in the same boat. And we all have, you know, we're at different parts on our journeys and in different situations and different people. And oh my God, is it hot as fuck? It is like 1,000 degrees. It's a crazy heat wave in New York right now. And this spot where I'm working out of has no AC or anything. So it's just, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But I mean, those are superficial, stupid things. But anyway, I am excited for better energy coming for August, because I know it has to. We're going to be okay. You know, both sides, divine masculine, divine feminine, all of it within you. That's how true. You heard that? See, that was like a final note of, we got it, we're good. Better times ahead, better things coming. I love you, my feminines. We are here to raise to a better place, and we're, sometimes it's rough, and sometimes we spiral a little, and it feels like everything's out of control, but you're going to be all right. You know, make sure you're doing your meditations and your journaling, and stick to rituals and stuff as much as you can. I know I've been having a hell of a time right now with trying to do that, but I'm trying, and we're going to be good. And I will get some more readings out as soon as I can. Again, I can't make any promises for anything right now. It's just overload to attempt to take that on. We're going to be good. Have a good few weeks, and I will see you as soon as I can.